31 of your 30-day trip. This is
right
New
here.
London, Connecticut. Okay.
Get over here. Right there, good. There we go, that's what I want to
Start
see.
again. And
Day 31 of your 30-day trip. This is New London, Connecticut. How do you feel?
rejuvenated. Like, to be honest, like, I didn't think that my inspiration would come the way it had. Like, when I first started it, I just really wanted to find peace. But, like, I really found more than that at this point. Like, I found more peace, not in the travel, you know, and getting to destination to destination, but more so through just people, you know,
All right.
through you know, the interactions alone of the individuals. It's a beautiful thing.
So you met some good ones then?
Oh, dude, amazing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it back for anything. No matter how much pain and how grueling the, you know, the pedaling was, like, I wouldn't take it back for anything.
Awesome. Any good stories about some certain folks?
Yeah, like, I mean, there's so many. Like, I mean, from like, I mean, I don't want to give anybody's personal, you know, what, you know, I don't want to get too personal about, you know, I don't want to bring up their lives and stuff, but it's more like, it's like everybody is all together, and the feeling of togetherness through total strangers, like, it opened my mind to a completely different perspective on the way society is, like, the way it pushes fear, like, and I feel as though that kindness in each other and caring for each other, it drowns out fear that this world pushes, you know, constantly. And I think that's really what this whole journey is about, and I didn't even know it. You know, from talking to some people just randomly, like, they tell me about the history of the place, and you know, some individuals told me about, like, what they were going through, and I don't know, seeing different places when you grow up, like, in a small town, you're more confined in a certain understanding and perspective in which that I wouldn't have really have known if I hadn't, you know, stepped outside of my fear box, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's all worth it.
Yeah.
And like,
Hold the thought.
Damn it, Amtrak. You're messing up my groove.
wait, there's 17 more coming. Hold on. It will luck. All right, now, quick.
You're good. Adam, closer. Yep, just like that.
Alright, just continue where you left off.
So, I mean, so basically, it's like, I mean, there's no way that I would have looked at life and people like the same way, because it's like, when you grow up in a small town, it's not like you know things about other places. Like, you only have a false perspective through social media and, you know, vague little opinions that are just opinions. Like, it's such a beautiful thing. It's a blessing in itself that I got to experience all of this.
For sure. You know, you talked about fear in the media and stuff. Obviously, we do have a pandemic going on, the coronavirus. You know, even out here, you'll find people wearing masks. Even out here, you'll find that a lot of the stuff you would normally go and do is closed. But you have seen firsthand a lot of the Eastern Seaboard. Why don't you tell us your experiences during the pandemic, during riots, during all the things that the media, speaks about currently?
I mean, honestly, I think no matter what's going on, I mean, I think if anything, this is the perfect time to do it, because this is like the belly of the media fear, And I didn't really think about that when I left. I had a feeling in my gut that I had to do it. And I mean, I've heard a lot of people along the way tell me, like, you're crazy. Why would you do this now? I'm like, well, why not? Like, anybody can die. Anybody. We don't know how much longer we have on this rock. I could trip and bust my head off of a freaking a pebble. I could slip and fall on the ice. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not really something someone normally would do in these times, but, like, it kind of defines my point, because if we're constantly soaked into fear, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. Nothing. We're remaining stagnant in a world that's already afraid. So, I mean, if anything, I think it's the perfect time. Because, I'm not going to tell people not to wear their mask. I'm not going to tell them that. What I'm doing is I'm just letting people know that we're all people and we're all afraid. We all have fears, but you know what? It should not stop us from being kind. It should not stop us from caring for not only just our families, but, like, each other. Because we're only here for a short time. So I think, if anything, this would be the best time.
Okay.
I'm glad for it.
All right.
These moments are golden,
Yeah. Now, has there been any particular places for you that have stood out above the rest? Like, I know originally you were thinking you were going to Cape Cod. You ended up in New London. Was there a reason why you stopped here?
To be honest, I'll be straight up with you. Like, so apparently, if you don't sleep for a long period of time, your brain does some funky things.
Mm-hmm.
And not too long ago, I was sitting at the train station down here, and I was so tired. I was literally, I'm glad I'm saving this till now to say this, but I was blacking out the whole way almost from, even pedaling on my bike from, lack of sleep deprivation. I don't ever recommend anybody doing this. Don't do it. If you're really tired, pull over. Like, especially if you're on a pedal bike. In my situation, like, I didn't really have that many options. I wanted to get where I was getting. Would it have been more safe to get some rest? Yes, I tried. But after a while, when you lack sleep so much, even you can lay down, your mind's still running even though you're not pedaling the bike, So this basically, I was sitting on the park bench, and nodding off, super tired. And I looked to my right, and I swear I saw a man sitting beside me. And I'm not even kidding you. I looked away, and it was gone. Mind you, I wasn't messed up. I wasn't on anything. I was just lack of sleep. And I'm telling you, like, if it weren't for people just being kind, like, there's no way I would have been able to push myself as far. A little bit of faith I got left, and which is grateful for, and people, like, it's amazing, like, how much. You gotta have a drive, you gotta have something in you that's pushing you. But at the same time, there's certain spots, like almost the whole time really, that I gave up. I gave up so many times. But I picked it up, basically telling myself, you realize that it's not all about me. It's not all about me now. It's about lifting people up in these dire times. So, like, it was more than a mental push. What all of you have done. So I can't stress that enough.
Awesome.
Let's roll this about 4 more minutes, and what we'll do is we'll do another interview with the car, because I think the audio is going to be unusable for this.
Oh?
Yeah,
Really?
Probably. It's just constant wind in here.
Yeah.
But that's going to be that way anyway. That's why I think
We'll at least try to save some of it.
Yeah, we'll leave it go. But what we'll do is I'll set up my camera rig, my shoulder rig in the car, Adam, and I'll point the camera back over your shoulder so you can sit in the front seat and do an interview with him in the back while I'm driving.
Okay. So you're basically going to get a whole lot of ambiance?
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, start. Say that again.
I think the hardest part sometimes is finding the most minuscule amount of silence in an extremely loud world. And I call that peace.
No, I think we found it in New London.
Moments.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like life is all life is.
Mhm.
And I never really noticed it, that every moment, even the hard ones, are the most precious sometimes. Because in every moment, you like, not necessarily pick it apart enough, but like, see through all the, we're gonna word this, roughness to, smile a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got so many pains and so many sorrows. You see so much, I hate to keep on talking about media, but like, you hear there's so much craziness, it's hard to see the blessings. And I've said this so many times, and it's like, put my foot in my mouth for the longest time, because my mindset for many, many years has been so dark and so low and so sad. And it's like, one of the first things that I thought in my mind before I started walking is, it's like, or pedaling, I guess, is like, I didn't want to dispense my sadness in a world that's already so broken and sad. Because if you're around people, you feel them, their energy, like, and I feel so strongly that, like, the energy that we dispense, the sparks in us, because we're all made of, like, light, man. And it's like, if we, depending on what we push out, if we're gonna feel it. And this world is so broken that we have to.
Excuse me.
This world is so broken that we have to find a little bit, that tiny bit of light we have in us left, even though sometimes it feels so minuscule, that we have to try to dispense a bit of peace. Because if we contain and suppress all of the negative that we, bring in, it's gonna go out somehow. And I think, especially this journey, it's like, it's in people.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't think I would find peace in people. I figured I'd find it in the destination, but it's not that at all. Not even a little bit. It's those little interactions that, kindness. It could be one word. It could be 2 words. But either way, we can say something we don't even know to somebody that can help them through the day. They could be so low, so freaked out or sad or whatever, and then all of a sudden you talk to somebody, or someone talks to you, and it's like, you could have saved their life just by saying one word. So it's truly a special thing to just step out of, what we see, what we believe. Maybe not change beliefs, I don't want to say it like that, but our outlook, really. I mean, mean, I'm not going to tell anybody what to believe in. I'm not going to do that. But if anything, just like stop looking down all the time. Like I always have. Like I always put on my headphones. Back in the morning, I always, like, if I'm having a bad day, I'm depressed, you know, I wake up, put on my headphones, or, you know, I wake up and I say a negative thought, or I think of a negative thought, or I put myself down, because I always put myself down for so long, and it's like, just this first couple moments in the day, a good, really nice fellow that I met along the way. He's very, very, it's important the way he described it, but what I really got out of, you know, the majority of what he told me was like the first couple moments of your day when you wake up, the outlook that you have, the things that you tell yourself, like self-talk, you know, is crucial, because that energy drags itself out throughout the rest of the day. And I found myself getting caught in negative thoughts. And I'm not going to say it's easy, because I've dealt with a lot of painful stuff in my life, and I think we all have. No matter how we paint it, I mean, you could tell somebody, well, you know, I'm alright. But when you look in someone's eyes, straight in their eyes, and you can see straight through that window, and you're going to realize, no matter what you say, the eyes tell a heck of a lot more than what words will. Sometimes the words we say will describe everything. But the moments where you really pay attention and stop looking down, that's sometimes that's the hardest part, to just not look down, because there's so many people that are going through similar pains. I think it's extremely important to realize that we're not alone, you know?
Help me. I don't wanna feel like this. I don't wanna feel like this. Can you help me? I don't wanna feel like this. I don't wanna feel like this. Cause the demons in my head, they never seem to sleep. No, they never seem to let me go. Now I try to have some peace, but the beast starts screaming. Now it's laughing at me. No, Lord, I know you're there. Can you please help me, cause I know I'm scared. Can you lift me up while I can. You never seem to go, you always seem to smile, you always seem to act like friends, like they know they shaking all the head, shaking up the heads, and I'm shaking the demon's hands. I don't want this. Take this from me. Take this from me. I don't want it. Can you take it from me?
I can't see.